So Livescribe is 55 employees. We were founded in January of 2007, and we're fundamentally in the business of capturing, accessing, and sharing information in a wholly new way. And we do that with a computer in the form of a pen, and that's this, the Livescribe Pulse Smart Pen. It's really a computer in that it has an ARM9 processor on board the pen, it has a speaker, an OLED display, and two microphones straddling the OLED, power button, it has a camera behind the pen tip, it has a USB connector, and it has an earbud jack that allows you to play back off of earbuds and also capture audio from far distances using microphones embedded in the earbuds. So what the Smart Pen does is it allows you to capture your notes as you write. So as you take notes in a notebook, such as this, it allows you to capture all of your handwriting. And as you write, you can also have the microphones record the audio. And the audio is synchronized with your ink, so that on playback, when you tap your notes, you hear everything that was spoken at the time you wrote it down. Once you capture your notes, then you can transfer them to your PC, and it shows them as thumbnails on your desktop environment. Okay, so I'm going to click on one, and this is somewhat zoomed in. The black ink is ink that was captured by the pen, and green ink is ink with audio associated with it. So what you can do then is play back your audio and your ink synchronized together on your computer. So I'm going to click this. Everything is in real time. So you can just click down here, and now it starts playing back when I started to write the word left. You can zoom in and zoom out. You can also search for notes. And so I did a search for Michael. I'll grab it. Just by typing Michael in that search. Okay. So I'm going to hit stop. So now you can go back to look at your thumbnails, and there's all of your ink and audio on each individual page. So what we have here is the pen, the desktop, and then the internet. So online we have a web community, and on the web you can post an author and post a flash movie and post that to the internet and share that with people. They don't even need to have the Smart Pen to play it because it plays back in Flash. So if you go to the website, I'm going to pull one here. This is somebody's doodles of Star Wars, and I think he was trying to imitate George Lucas's voice, and we're going to play this bit of it, and you can see it animated.
What can I call this? What can I call my movie? Let's see. Floating Death Balls. Floating Death Balls. That sounds like something else entirely. What about Space Conflagration? Oh, well, that's a little too dry.
And notice that the ink is animating as being
I've got it.
So this is showing exactly how the person wrote it.
Star Wars.
As they wrote it.
Star Wars. That's it.
You can also have it translate for you, and I'll show you that as well. So let's do. I'm going into main menu. This is my navigation system, and now I'm going to scroll down through the menu, the hierarchical menu, to. So now I'm in Translator, and I'm going to select a language.
So you're using the book, the page, to navigate the pen.
Right. Just like on a cell phone, I have a D-pad that goes up, down, left, right. We have it right here. So we have up, down, left, right on paper. It's like Spanish.
Write a word.
So I'm going to write word one.
Uno.
And you see here it says uno. I'm going to write coffee.
They'll have their own
Café.
And I'm going to write please.
Por favor.
So now I have all together.
Uno. Café. Por favor.
So now I'm going to switch languages and go into Chinese.
So how many languages do you have today?
This demo right now shows 4 languages: Spanish, Mandarin, Arabic, and Swedish. And we'll have multiple titles from third parties that you'll be able to download, purchase separately online and download to the pen. So the Mandarin piece is interesting because it shows that we can support iconographic characters. So I'll show you that now. So, sorry.
Cafe.
Now notice the crispness and the quality of that Mandarin character. Do you have a good focus on it? So now I'm going to switch to Arabic.
Mandarin, Arabic, Swedish, Arabic.
So now we're on Arabic.
واحد قهوة.
And again, you have the writing.
من فضلك.
Right?
Yeah.
So not only can it support Asian iconographic characters, but also any form of script, because we have a high contrast OLED display that has high resolution. And that's using real-time handwriting recognition on the pen to convert my English handwriting into the foreign language that I've selected. But more importantly, that also shows that this is a platform and not just a pen, because we can enable third parties to create apps like this Spanish language translator and be able to download it to the pen and use it. So another example of an application is a pre-printed app called a calculator. So take a look at this. This is a pre-printed calculator. It's a financial, statistical, and scientific calculator. And I just tap the buttons. I want to say 45 times 78 equals 3,510. So I can just clear it and use it again. 78 divided by 3. 26. So we have also pre-printed controls to set your settings on the pen. So it's time, 1:08 p.m., date, Wednesday, January 30th, battery life, storage, I have 855 megs available, and I have 48 hours of recording time left. I can set my brightness to 10, 50, or 100%. If I'm right-handed, this works, but if I'm left-handed, it's upside down. So to support left-handed users, we have a left-handed icon, and it just switches it automatically. So I'm going to switch it back to right-handed since I'm right-handed. Now I can adjust my audio quality to high, medium, or low, and microphone sensitivity, conference room, lecture hall, or automatic. Playback latency allows for you typically write a few seconds after you hear something, and that synchronizes it up. So what we have is a pen that has 1 gigabyte of memory that supports 100 hours of audio or 15,000 pages of notes. That is a multimodal, multifunctional platform that supports reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And in the broadest picture, what Livescribe is about is capturing, accessing, and sharing information in a new way, both on your paper, transferring it to your computer, and then sharing it with friends on the internet. What we have on the pen is a Java-based development environment. So we have a KVM that's on the pen that we license from Sun. The fundamental difference with our pen and previous attempts is that we're a fully standalone computer now. So we have all 4 modes. We have a speaker, we have microphones, and we have a screen. And the question you need to ask yourself is, what makes a computer a computer? And the prior pens that you've seen before really just captured ink and moved it off to the PC where it'd be processed by a back-end server. But there was no real-time feedback. You couldn't do a calculation. You couldn't record somebody's conversation. You couldn't synchronize ink and audio. You couldn't do Spanish translation. You could just capture ink, and then 9 hours later when you dock your pen, see the results. All you had on prior iterations of Anoda technology was battery life or a haptic. This is a full-blown computer. What we licensed from Anoda was the dot pattern that you see on every printed page and the optics module and other IP that support positioning on paper. So the dot pattern and the camera together act as a GPS system, if you will, at a very fine level, so that when you bring your pen down to the page, it knows exactly where it is on a fine array of dots. So that if you were to print out that dot pattern, it would cover actually all of Europe and Asia combined. So when you drop your pen on any page, it knows where it is. So if you're on page 200, then you go back to page 5, and you dot an I or cross a T, it knows exactly where it is. It knows it's back on page 5, and it'll put that I with a dot or cross the T, so that when you upload your notes to your computer, you'll see that next iteration of ink on that same page. The 1 gigabyte model is $149, and the 2 gigabyte model is $199. The 1 gigabyte model supports 100 hours of audio or 15,000 pages of notes, and the 2 gigabyte model is 200 hours of audio. And the availability will be in March. We are targeting international availability as well this year, and we're working with online retailers to support that.